let us reflect on a very interesting legend. I've got now fascinated with legends because they have a moral lesson, and although they are not authenticated, they are not written in the Bible, still they help us to understand the life on earth here and even in preparation for going to heaven. So this legend is within a very big feast or celebration of King Herod, whom you know very well, that Herod had ordered that imprisonment of John Baptist. So there came a time that his birthday was being celebrated. You know, a kingdom is like a president making a wedding. You will find the cost being put in the newspaper for the whole world to know the wedding of the president cost so much. I remember. So Herod made a very powerful, interesting uh, birthday party for himself. So you can see the people who attended the whole kingdom. Now, during celebrations like that one, there are those who perform traditional dances, those who play modern music, all sorts, and they eat, they drink. So he had married the wife of his brother Philip, when Philip was still alive, which was an abomination. At least if Philip had died. So Herodias, his wife, was there in the party with him. Now that Herodias, the current wife now of Philip, had a daughter called Salome. That means a stepdaughter of Herod. She performed very wonderful dancing antics. I don't know how to describe them. Very fascinating until she really made the day for Herod. And he really saw with the oath. Matthew, that's why we are coming to the legend, swearing by oath, that he told her, you can ask for any gift, even if it means half of my kingdom, and I will give it to you. The girl was surprised because she was a young girl. How can the stepfather tell her that even half of the kingdom? In the usual family style or culture everywhere, girls get advice from their mothers. So she could not rush to choose what she wants, even if it is half of the kingdom of Herod. She went to the mother for consultation. But the mother had a grudge with John Baptist because John Baptist had condemned that marriage of Herod with her, with that Herodias. Said it is unlawful, it is an abomination, it is a great sin before God to marry your brother. So she had kept the grudge at heart, and she was just now waiting for an opportune time for the vendetta to come out. And the vendetta manifested when the girl asked the mother, Mommy, what should I ask for? Here the king, Daddy has said, anything, even if it means half of his kingdom. Now the shocking advice from the mother, which even shocks you, shocks me, shocks everybody, even shocking Herod himself. He said, go and tell him that I want the head of John Baptist on a platter. Imagine, how can that be a gift? What was the girl going to do with the head of John Baptist? But because the mother had nursed that grudge in her heart, she wanted John Baptist dead. And the girl had to follow the advice of the mother. You see that? Do you see in the Bible also how Rebecca told Jacob to put on a skin and have some hair and go and tell the father Isaac to steal the birthright, the blessing, or which was meant for Esau. You see that the mother daughter relationship, mother son relationship, how it can be. It can turn out to be very evil. So the girl went and knelt before Herod and said, I want the head of John Baptist. I'm sure even Herod almost died of shock because that is not a gift. And he had feared to harm John Baptist because everyone had taken him to be a prophet from the way he was preaching. So now, he had sworn with the oath. That's why we are learning now the lesson as I'm coming to the legend. We are learning the lesson, swearing by oath that I will do this. And Jesus said, a yes must be a yes, a no must be a no. He had to fulfill it. He had to fulfill. He ordered for John Baptist to be beheaded, and they brought the head on the platter and gave it to the daughter. The daughter was not going to eat it. The daughter was not going to put it in her room for decoration. She took the head to the mother, because the mother is the one who demanded for the head. So let her do whatever she wants with the head of John Baptist. Now that is where the legend now comes. That's the climax of my story today. The legend goes that since now Herodias, the wife of Herod, was really satisfied that now John Baptist has died, she went ahead and got a knife and started stabbing the tongue, opened the mouth of the head of John Baptist and started stabbing the tongue. Why stab the tongue? It was the tongue which had condemned her marriage to Herod. It is a legend, but it has a lot of connotations. We are in this world with the evil intentions, and those evil intentions, one time they manifest. Because you hate somebody, you go to the extent of even killing and doing rituals on the body. What has the John Baptist has already died. What has the tongue got to do with the Herodias, the wife of Herod? And there, we know that if Herod, his end was also not a good one. Now we have to learn never to swear by oath. It can be boomerang. It can boomerang to you. Secondly, there are so many women around whom you can marry. John Baptist was always telling the truth. The prophet always tells the truth because he is a representative from God. He was a forerunner of Jesus. He was preaching, getting the disciples. Don't tamper with the prophets. You can kill them. Yes, all the prophets were killed. But God could have stopped their killing. But then, God permits this evil in the world to happen. You can put people on firing squad. You can put people burn them. But with the final judgment, you will be responsible. So, with that legend, dear brother and sister, that is a very evil legend of stabbing the tongue of John Baptist when the man was already dead.